Ladies and gentlemen,
What you gonna do, brother?
oh yeah!
Woo! What? What?
If you smell what the rock,
You got the wrong guy. I'm the dude, man.
Whoa! Welcome to Around the Turnbuckle. I am the Big Albowski. Conspicuous by his absence is Professor Keith, and do not worry, because Professor Keith is off digging for treasures in another land. But today, I am live right here at 12 noon in the States, 6 p.m. in Switzerland with Deadsaw Ben Schenker. I'll get it right. And there he is. How you doing, Deadsaw?
I saw the death and I came back. I am Deadsaw.
Yeah, hey, hey, Big Al.
Intense, my friend. Intense. I love it. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, fine, thanks. Always this mask I wear when I enter to the ring. Makes so much.
Excellent. So nice to meet you, and everybody gets to see you here. Everybody watching. A lot of times I have professional wrestlers, independent wrestlers here watch. So it's really cool to connect with somebody across the pond who's doing the same thing that they're doing. They're trying to make it in this business. So tell us about young Ben watching wrestling. Who were your influences? Who got you into wrestling in the first place?
Yeah, wrestling got me into the first place when I was around 12 years old. I imagine in my dad's apartment. We was with my little brother and me after 10 o'clock watching a German sports channel, and then there the first time I watched like a fighting Mark Henry against, I don't know, it was the Great Khali, and then suddenly the lights switched off and then the Undertaker came.
Oh, there you go.
And then I was like almost like, oh my God, what is this? What's going on? I want to know more. And then me as a kid, I got so excited and I got a bigger heartbeat. So this heartbeat for wrestling is still that much passion, and there's so much beating that meanwhile I got the possibilities to also do it here in over Europe, even in little Switzerland over here. We got a wrestling school, but most of the times I spend wrestling schools and lessons in Germany too.
Wow, unbelievable. So when did you start? Who trained you? What age were you when you started training and wanting to do this?
Yeah, well, I started to learn wrestling when I was 18. First, for 3 years, I just did it, and I needed to make a break because of getting my degree. It was a bit too much sport for me because next to that, I was going to 4 times a week to the gym and also 3 times a week to play water polo. And then I needed to decide a bit like, okay, with what I will make a break. And then after my military service, which is unfortunately obligatory here in Switzerland, after that I started to go back to wrestling, and I am really happy to do this sport because for me it's a lot of influence also about the entertainment of the people, and with moves you say stories, and this is just wow, what makes me so happy to do this sport.
I love the passion. Anybody that we've interviewed, and we've interviewed over 50 guys this we started in earlier in 2020 because of COVID. We missed wrestling. We wanted to do something that has to do with wrestling, right? So it started out with me and my friends just talking about wrestling, and then it turned into interviewing guys like yourself. I love the passion that you have, that JT Funk has, your friend JT Funk has. Like that's what I love to hear most about.
Yeah, really, because how I tell you, I mean, me, of course, most of the wrestlers, when you ask them how they started, it's obvious they started to watch wrestling and then they got so excited and curious for do this, because me too, I remember me with 14 years old, I just Googled in my phone, like, wrestling schools around me here in Switzerland, and then I get there the very first time to the wrestling academy Youre bus, which is kind of 20 minutes from Zurich away by car for me.
Okay.
And then, yeah, once a week I started to go there, and then in the beginning I learned the basics and so. And meanwhile, I felt me like, okay, it's for me, it's just more than a hobby. It will be great for one day to get a work like that. I mean, to get a professional contract and so. And that's why also I just could try to move on, you know. And the biggest place near me is really Germany. There, I mean, Germany is 10 times bigger than Switzerland. I mean, here are just 8 million living. Can imagine this is just like the city of New York, for example. You know,
It's
and then
not
I
that.
just
It's not that small. Come on.
no, I mean I just hit the road then for 4 hours, and then I'm already in Germany and another wrestling school. It's called the Right Stuff Pro Wrestling School, which is trained by Alex Wright. Maybe you know him of the
Us
WCW.
Wunderkind.
Yeah, das Wunderkind, genau.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
and
do
I take a
remember
lot of
him. Yes.
lessons of him, and it's really helpful too, because I mean, it's the great what can happen for a wrestler really when you got a trainer who was already there where you want to go. So this is the best, really.
Yeah, he had a great run in WCW. I mean, yeah, I'm sure he's a legend over there. What do you guys
Yeah,
think
I
of?
mean,
What do you guys think of Cesaro?
yeah, I mean, of course, it's a Zara. It's amazing because how I tell you, I really remember that it was really the time I was going for a special wrestling at the Rohrbus, you know, the place I trained here in Switzerland and still train. And then there too, I mean, they just wrote in the WhatsApp, we were like, hey, we will have a training with Claudio Castagnoli. And I just was like, yeah, who is this? And so, and also Arnold will be there, you know. And then after I figured out like, oh wow, he's a former indie wrestler, also successful in the States. And then now where he is, it's just motivating me more to go there too. Maybe one day I can be his working colleague, you know. And
Exactly,
yeah,
and
I
that's
mean, it
the
was so
and that's the goal.
impressive.
Isn't that the goal for every wrestler?
I
Like,
guess so, because how I tell you, I mean, around the circumstances and everything, it's always depending. But in a wrestling school of groups, you always got a bunch of people like the half isn't that serious like the others, and that's why it's then a bit like the training is a bit could be lame or good, but it's always depending on the guys who are there. And also that's why I got like single trainings in Germany, which helps me a lot for my personality in this business, I guess.
talk about the. I mean, is there a huge difference between the German wrestling scene and the Swiss wrestling scene? I mean, as far as
Mhm.
popularity goes, as far as the amount of guys that are wrestling there versus Switzerland?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, Germany is much bigger, and also what I think is like that we guys keep together kind of, because I mean, when a show is here in Switzerland, then it's sometimes like, yeah, I mean, it's all the German speaking countries in Europe keep a bit kind of together, I guess. And then it's for instance, there is a show here, then German guys of a promotion come here, and of our promotion, when they make something, we can go there. But yeah, I mean, most of the time I had the luck because of the past. I was also going a lot around the next to the trainings to shows, and
Right.
then the second time when I made kind of my restart, I would say, I knew already to which guy I need to write, for example, and give me a tryout, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So who? So I mean, describe the. My co-host sent me a message right here
Mhm.
that has a question that he has
Yeah, sure.
for you, and that is just he's fascinated by the Swiss wrestling scene. He wants to know if
Okay.
there's certain matches and styles that you guys use versus everywhere else. Also, Germany likes tournaments, and they
Mhm.
and they don't do hardcore matches for the most part, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hardcore is really in the north of Germany, I would say. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm not really an expert in the wrestling world yet because I mean, I got like 3 years soon
3
of
years, yeah.
wrestling
But I mean,
experience.
how many
But
matches would you how many matches would you say you've had rough estimate in front of a
front of
crowd? In
people,
front of a
yeah,
crowd.
in front of a crowd, yeah, I had quite a lot actually, like around 35, I would say. Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's great.
Has it been
Mm.
rough? It's been rough here in the
Mhm.
States to actually have events that have people in this to wrestle in front of because of COVID. Is it the same over there in Switzerland?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the moment, it's only allowed outside on the street to be in maximum amount of people of 5 persons.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Anthony
maybe the.
Joseph Anthony
Mhm.
Joseph says hardcore matches I don't think is real wrestling. You agree with that?
Yeah, because I mean, it's more like, sorry for my language, but it's more like a perversion they live out in front of people. I mean, hardcore wrestling, yeah, of course, you got events, you use tables, ladders, and chairs, but
Chairs,
it's never
right.
that terrible like with one. How would I say that? With one postage or a lot of nails, and you just fall on that. I mean, you just hurt yourself, and with the more with the time, the body's just suffering, and yeah, it's not good.
How would you describe your move set, your style of wrestling? Is it more of like a brawling type, or is it something like we would see that maybe we in the States are familiar with, like say Cesaro with a lot of European uppercuts and like strong style stuff?
Mhm. Yeah, I would say me,
Or
I
is it a
would
mixture of
describe.
a lot of different things? Is it more grappling?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, me, I would describe me as an all-rounder and a powerhouse wrestler.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, with the uppercuts, for example. Yeah, I mean, of course, it's his stuff and everything. And I think also, as a wrestler, I when I go to an event, I watch what other guys are fighting and showing. That not the whole night, for example, they see in every match one body slam or I don't know what. You want to be like. Be unique as a wrestler and not everybody, oh yeah, drop kick, yeah, then after a few clotheslines or I don't know what. So that's why I would just pay attention also a bit on this for stay a bit out of the other guys, wrestlers. Yeah. And I think it's going to be great when all is over with this stupid
Yeah.
virus
And
going
listen, man.
around.
Exactly. You are exactly right. And it's terrible to hear that it's just as bad over there as it is over here in the States, because in the
Yeah,
States,
absolutely.
unfortunately, we have the most number of cases going
Yeah,
on. And it's
correctly.
just because we have a lot of people in this country that do whatever they want to do and they don't follow guidelines and they don't follow what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it irritates me. And I don't want to get all political on you, but it
No,
irritates
no,
me.
all good.
Unfortunately, it's sad to hear that you guys are having just the same amount of problems trying to get in front of a crowd as they
Yeah.
are over here. You know, our
Mhm.
mutual friend JT Funk is having a lot of problems getting booked anywhere because nobody's
Mhm.
nobody's doing anything, and if they try, sometimes they got to cancel it last minute or whatever. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
with the vaccine, it's starting to open up, but I miss going to live events. I miss uh,
Yeah, of course.
watching it on TV with actual fans.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so do I, because it's like, yeah, I mean, WWE is the market leader, and it's a great idea how they do with this big screens they got.
Hmm.
But I mean, for little or middle size promotions, it's not that nice. I mean, also it's nice, yeah, you film something and then you can kind of entertain your audience as a promotion, but it's a bit difficult because it's exactly like you say, it's not the same without a live audience.
How do you feel? Do you have a favorite match of your own that when you were done, you were like, that went perfect. There was nothing like you guys had a good chemistry. Like,
Yeah, I really
which
did
match
have.
was which match would that be?
I would say when I was starting to go to Germany at the NEW. This is the new European Championship Wrestling.
Mr. Fiendy, greetings from PA. What's up?
Yeah, hey, Mr. Feedy.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were wrestling who?
Yeah, no problem. No, I mean my best match I really had against youre. I mean, this is like a typical Bavarian. It's the South German part. It's a wrestler with the character of a traditional shirt in short leather trousers, which is typical Bavarian, you know.
That's a German thing, man. They love their leather and their short trousers in Germany, right?
Yeah, and the beer and the pretzel and the sausage, and then it's perfect. No, I mean, he entered, you know, and then the crowd for him already started to cheer. I mean, I entered, they booed me off already, so all was going great. And also the whole match was really nice, actually, because when we built up the ring after, we took our time quickly, went over and over again what we could do. And so I would say this was also a really good match.
TJ says short trousers, LOL.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, Mike City? How you doing? This is Deadsaw Ben.
Hi, Mike.
Mike is a wrestler. Mike is a wrestler, friend of Funk's as well.
Oh, cool. Maybe I can train one day with you guys over there.
Oh yeah, they would love it, man. They would love it. They work. Most of those guys work for a place called CCW, which is right here in Pennsylvania, close to Harrisburg, the capital of Pennsylvania.
Oh wow.
And yeah, they train together. They under the same guy. Who was the guys that trained you? The names of the guys that trained you. What was the name of the school? Was it an actual wrestling school?
Yeah, I mean, my wrestling school here, I always go once a week to the youre, it's called, to the Wrestling Academy Rohrbach, which is, as I told you, 20 minutes from Zurich away.
Right.
Yeah, next to this, I go always once a month. Well, I hope if the COVID is over again, I
get more
to go there again. Always once a month for a weekend, which is like 16 training hours to the Right Stuff Pro Wrestling School. And then there I can train a lot from Alex Wright, who was...
What a brain to pick. What a brain to pick. Alex Wright, man. I used to love Alex Wright in WCW, man. He was great. I think they didn't push him.
Yeah, I also watched a few matches of him, and I was like so excited. Oh, wow, this will be my trainer. Of him, I can learn a lot too.
Absolutely.
Hey, Mike, nice to meet you too.
Yeah, Mike saying, nice to meet you, Deadsaw. TJ says JT Funk is the plug. He is. We talked about that pre-show. Our mutual friend JT Funk. I was hoping he'd pop on here and say hi to you as well. But he's moving on. He don't care about COVID. He's moving all over the place trying to make things happen. This guy.
Oh wow, yeah, that's great. But I hope he's really carefully with it.
I do too. I do too. I love him.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. I mean that. Yeah, well, and next to this time of the wrestling, I go a lot of times to the gym, but unfortunately now too they're closed. So I got a plenty of stuff here in house.
Do you work out? Do you work out? Do you work out daily? Do you work out every other day?
Yeah, I work out like 6 times a week, like one cardio day with a special focused in abs afterwards, and one upper body day, one leg day workout. Yeah, I mean, I will always.
All you can do, right? That's all you can do till your next match.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when I scroll down social media and the big stars are in their garage working out, I was feeling me like of the first wave, like, okay, I just don't want to have 210 kilo kilo. This is like 2 15-pound dumbbells for workout. Yeah. I want to get a lot more, which I could order now before the second wave. Thank God, all arrived, and then I got one weight of which is around 300 pounds.
Yes.
And plenty of stuff I can do now. So my girlfriend and me here, we're really happy for us to can work out. And also I bought for Christmas for us a cross trainer, which was on discount, so it was perfect.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's amazing to hear the different stories of how guys are staying in shape with gyms are closed. It's over here too. I mean, we do have some, like right here in my hometown, we have our main gym is now open, but it's minimum capacity. I think they can only have like about 10 people in there at once.
Yeah,
And
well, and then
everybody has to wear masks and social distance. But yeah, it's rough.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, if the gym got already 8 employees, then you want to open the gym for 2 people can go there at the same time. It's not that nice. I mean, here too is the guideline says, no meetings more than 5 people, and that's why also gyms are closed here. And even when it was open with masks, I wasn't going because I don't want to work out, and then I want to fall down just because of I don't get enough air. I mean, it's a bit critical, but everybody needs to know for itself what's best. And yeah, I guess
I'm glad. Listen, man, I'm glad you're being safe and you're smart about it. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, because a lot of people are not being safe.
Yeah.
When they go into public, they should just wear their mask. It's not a political thing. It's a health thing.
No,
Just
of course not. Exactly. Yeah. And I'm also glad that you stay good and well with this podcast interview page. I hope you just can grow bigger, really, because me too. There was also a German guy, started a bit smaller, of course. Also, he just was like, okay, I do now hear something. And then, I started to give interviews. And I must say, during COVID and everything, it's the best we can do for entertain all together.
And that's what I'm doing, man. I'm taking everybody away for an hour. Right? We talk for about an hour. Don't think of COVID. Don't think of anything else. Come watch us and talk about wrestling. That's what we do.
Exactly. And let's enjoy the time all together, because I feel like, of course, we want to go out and enjoy the life how it was before, and we'll be after it too. But I mean, the good thing is really it's not ended. I always say, it's not yet ready, and then it's getting better. Yeah. I mean,
we have the vaccine now. It's starting to get out there, and maybe things will start getting better. But we do a segment here on the show. Some wrestlers like it, some wrestlers do not. But I'm gonna throw it your way and see if you like it. All right. Sure. If you can take on any wrestler, living or dead, in any WCW, WWE, anywhere, who would that be and why?
To wrestle against or wrestle with?
To wrestle again. Like, I'm putting you on Monday Night Raw against this guy, whether it was somebody from the past, whether it's somebody from now, whatever you want.
I mean, would be so epic to stand with the Undertaker, whether against the ring, because is my biggest favorite wrestler all over, next to Triple H and Edge.
Yeah, well, there's a good one too.
Also, of course, Cesaro.
Okay, so you named. So you basically you want a fatal 4-way with Undertaker, Triple H, and Cesaro.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, that's great. That'd be great. Those are great choices.
Yeah,
I see you. With the character, with the mask, and all that stuff. I see you in a match. Like, nowadays it would be really fun to see you in a match versus somebody like maybe like AJ Styles.
Oh yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, he's really entertaining, and I feel like he's doing the heel so. See,
I think right now AJ. See, if you're talking about now, like right now, I think AJ Styles is the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah,
pound for pound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the Undertaker is retired.
Yeah, of course.
Randy Orton is kind of winding it down. A lot of guys are winding it down. So now that's new stars, and the big stars are Roman Reigns and it's not like it was when there was Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock and Triple H.
Yeah, with all the Attitude Era. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. I grew up on the 80s stuff.
Yeah,
right? I grew up on Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair,
amazing,
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, I love the Bret Hart's glasses.
There you go, Bret the Hitman Hart. There you go.
Yeah, of
Tell me
course.
about the Deadsaw character. Where did that come from? Where did you think that up, and what was the influence behind that?
Yeah, my influence behind that and how it came, it was really like I just was, I knew like, okay, in half a year we got like a Comic Con here in Basel. It's around 2 hours from Zurich away by car.
Nice.
And then there I was like thinking really much times, and as it is normally, you're looking for an idea and you just sit down and feel like, okay, now I need an idea. Of course it's not coming to 80% probability. And then I really was like try to distract me of something, and then just one day I was like, okay, I watched a lot The Arrow with my girlfriend here.
It's a good show.
Yeah, it's a good show of DC Comics, and then I was like, okay, yeah, I loved the Deathshot character, but then I was like, okay, I don't want to name myself like that because he's already a character, and I
Right.
don't want to get in copyright troubles or whatever. And then I really was like thinking, okay, so what else I could do, because I want to kind of be also, of course, Undertaker stuff. I was thinking cool, but then I also was like, okay, no, it's good, but then I don't want to be stomped that as a person like, oh yeah, it's the cheap copy of the Undertaker or
Right.
Undertaker for poor people or stuff like that. I mean, and I was like, okay, yeah, I just want to have a mysterious character who just show up and tries to impress with the big strong moves he can do.
Yep.
And then I was like thinking, okay, the name that, yeah, and then the name Deadsaw was born kind of because I was like, okay, good minimum I got the name, but then I was like, okay, I just want to make also unique clothes and gear, because how I tell you, I mean, people don't think me serious if I fight in front of people in my training
Yeah.
gear. This is the biggest mistake people can do for my opinion, and then that's why I started to get this fancy mask over here.
Was
And
that
then
custom made,
my
or is that a
logo.
specific mask, or did you have that like made that's that way? Was that one that you
No, this is actually a Winter Soldier mask. I just
okay?
was finding it. Oh, wow, it's cool. Why not? I should enter with this one, and then I take all my gear off, and then I'm there in my long tights and just wrestle against other guys. And me then at this time I wear like silver black wrestling boots, and then
Yeah.
long tights, and on the side is my name written. That's all. It's like a camouflage gray black
It's
design. Yeah, it's really
it's
nice.
so interesting to me that you basically like went through every little step in your mind of where this character came from, right? I've never had that happen. Most guys just say,
Yeah.
"Oh, he's part of me inside and he comes
Mhm.
out, whoever it is, JT Funk,
Mhm.
JT Funk is that guy, but with the volume turned
Yeah.
way up, right?"
Yeah.
But
That's
with you,
exactly it.
you just described a character inside you, and then in the beginning of the show, you had
Yeah.
the mask on. When you took the mask off, that character was there for us to see that intensity that you had.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you know what I mean? Like
Yes,
that
yes,
was
yes.
neat. That was neat to see.
Yeah, because I feel me like Undertaker did a great job. I mean, he just appeared and the people already they gone crazy, and he
He didn't
don't
have to
make
say a
anything
word.
yet. Just walking so slow inside, also speaking so slow and everything. And then me too, how I tell you, I'm a person who is overthinking a lot, and that's why I feel me like sometimes, okay, I just should do it and it's okay. But
Yeah.
in the character stuff, really, just like you say, I mean, I know, okay, soon I need to enter. I put me the mask and I just walk in, and then already I'm like this switched on in my character, and it's really great because also, I mean, I love to do wrestling because it's really like it's distracting you away of the normal day. Doesn't matter how shitty your work day was, for example, and then
Hmm.
that's just you try to entertain the people, and I really try to give my best, of course, and stay safe, and try to, of course, not hurt everybody, because sometimes I feel like here too in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
What was the question of a bit earlier here? I mean, everywhere you got wrestlers, and then not the most, but some wrestlers try to show new stuff in front
Mm-hmm.
of people, and then that's why it's really so stupid. Like, for what I should show this, what I never trained before, then
Right.
it's embarrassing, I guess. And for me, that's why also it's a bit like, okay, less is more, because I don't need to show just move after move after move. And then it's like, yeah,
You keep it basic, right?
yeah, exactly, because you just focus in the moves what you do, and then you forget to interact with the audience, for instance, and then that's why
So
I feel
do
like,
you
okay,
enjoy being a heel versus a face?
yeah, I enjoy it actually. I mean, it's so easy to get booed out already, but also,
'Cause that's what you want to do.
yeah, of course. I mean, the baby face is always a harder job, I guess, because you need to get their attention first, and you need to make them cheer.
Yeah.
But I guess best experience, of course, is when you got trainings matches, and also, of course, the little bunch of people watching you wrestle, and then you try to get their attention, kind of. And yeah, just like you asked me before, my very first matches I had at this Swiss Comic Con at the Fantasy Basel, and then there too, you need to imagine there was a ring in a hall, and people just could walk around, watch
Right.
different stalls and everything. And when you just in the ring and you make something, and the people stand, I mean, they stop walking and they just watch at the ring, you do your job
You
good
did
because
something
you
right.
interacted with them.
Yeah.
And this was the best experience I ever could learn for me in the beginning, and then later I really just could move on for tryout after tryout. And then it was amazing, and now I'm totally motivated. And yeah, I mean, of course, now
So
everybody's in the house and everything, and just need to wait, unfortunately. Yeah.
yeah, right, with COVID. But so is the
Mhm.
ultimate goal WWE, or would you consider Japan? Would you consider AEW?
No, my interest. I'm all since as I was a kid, I was really always interested to go in the States, and that's why also, for be really honest, Big Al, I'm so excited to have this interview with you. I feel really appreciated and honored.
Absolutely. Well, I'm honored to have you.
Thank you.
You are my first. We've been doing this about a year. You are my
Oh
first
wow!
international star. You're my
Oh
first.
wow! Oh
You are.
wow!
So
Thank
I
you.
mean, I'm
Oh, I
honored to
feel
talk. I'm honored to
honored.
talk to you, man. This is great. The thing
Yeah.
is, like, for you, I'm trying to think of
Mhm.
what the easiest path. And not that you want to take an easy path, but what is the better path for you to take? Would
Yeah.
you like consider maybe trying out or sending information to NXT UK and maybe wrestling over there?
Yeah, sure. No, but for answer your first question really quickly, I guess, like,
No, go
of
ahead.
course,
No, you have all the time in the world, man.
yeah, thanks. No, I think my biggest target is really to make it into the WWE, and then
Sure.
there are always people around me who are supporting me, especially my lovely, I hope my future wife and my
Oh,
lovely girlfriend, because you need to know she's a nutritionist, and me, when I was like moving away to my own apartment, we came here to Zurich.
yeah.
And then after, it really was like I was like around 90 kilos. This is around 100. It's more or less 200 pounds.
Right.
And then I just worked out with her together, and because she studied in Spain nutrition, this was the best what can happen. I just gained so fast weight because of her, and then
Can
yeah,
she
I
can
can
she help me? Because
really,
I'm like 285.
yeah, and yeah. Now in pounds, I guess I got 260. It's like 120 kilos. I don't know how much this is in pounds yet. I guess, yeah, 250, I guess, more or less.
Yeah, you guys with the kilos over there, I gotta
Yeah,
get keen up on that.
yeah, it's a special thing. I mean, Europe is so funny. Actually, it's smaller than the US, and everywhere the people got their own special.
Oh, right. It's
I
the
don't
metric
know what.
system.
Yeah, of course. No,
Yeah.
yeah. This made me impressed so much, and made me so much more motivation for I could reach this goal. Yeah, and I also guess just like you said, an easy way or a way to make it is like always. Yeah, I would say depending on the circumstances. I mean, I wouldn't have any problem to also go sometimes to the US, and then for a promotion, for just go for a match, because I mean, for me, from Switzerland to Germany, my biggest trip with my girlfriend was really like about 8 hours by car only. For be honest, for 3 minutes to be in a ring was at a Rumble or the Unlimited Wrestling promotion,
Right.
and then really one way for me it was like 900. No, wait. No, the miles. Yeah. Don't worry.
That's a
Was
long
about,
drive to wrestle for, you
yeah.
know,
Yeah, it was about 550 miles, and then me, I was driving like, yeah, 8 hours.
8 hours.
Only for 3 minutes, and then most of the people think, "Hey, man, you're crazy for do that." But I was like, "No, I love to be there, and got always to meet people who love to do the same like I do, and then of course, why not?" So yeah, I would be honored and happy also to wrestle for a US indie promotion. But yeah, also with my trainer Alex, of course, the first thing he asked me like, "What do you want to reach with wrestling?" Because like that, he gives me his feedback, which is so important. And then he is so cool guy, really just so like, "Yeah, we will do that. I'll bring you there. Don't worry." And then like this, it's also really nice for have a good mentor around me. I mean,
I
first
can,
Thomas,
I love to
my
hear
first
the
coach.
fact that Alex Wright is over there as a
Yeah.
trainer, as still involved in the business, because I did not know that until you mentioned it.
Yeah, no, it's really like that. He just told about everything, and I was so impressed. And also, of course, I mean, for me, the first step here in Zurich, I mean, Thomas, my coach, and is also still my coach, did a great job, and I'm so thankful for him too. That gives gives wrestling a kind of hope in Switzerland too, for give to future talents a possibility
Yeah, man, because
to
you have guys like you
yeah.
have guys like Alex Wright back in the day. You have Cesaro now doing what he does. I mean, you guys, you can do anything you want. I mean, you just gotta you shoot for the moon, you go for it, buddy.
Yeah, kind of like that,
Yeah.
really.
Now,
Yeah, my
do you have a finisher that you worked on, and what is it? What do you do to end a match?
of course I got more moves, because my finisher, I would say, my finisher, yeah, of course, is the double-handed choke slam. So I raise up my opponent, and then I let him a few seconds up in the air there, and then he falls down of almost
Undertaker style. You Undertaker choke
7
slam.
feet. He falls down to the mat, but I also go then there in a sitting position, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
For this, make it look like more impressive.
More impactful.
Exactly.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, next
So
to that, I mean,
you
of
do a
course,
sit down choke slam. Like you hold him up and then
yeah,
you go down with him.
yeah, double-handed sit-down choke slam in that
So in
sense.
front of you like this, and you drop down between your legs and then you pin him.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, and
Love
also,
it.
yeah, sides to that, I mean, I also make, of course, me as a big guy, I'm almost, yeah, what is it? It's 6 feet 8 inches, like that around almost 7 feet. So me as a big guy, of course, yeah, the double-handed choke slams. Also, sometimes I show a choke slam or a big boot. Yeah, flapjack I also like to do, because it's
Right.
also a nice move, and it's not often seen
Yeah.
sometimes. And yeah, I mean, for train, I always got my list, and it's like a traffic light system. I got my moves and everything, and what is red I need to learn again or repeat it, and the yellow one, which is like telling like, okay, I'm a bit unsecure more or less, but I know how this move is going, and the green one is like, I can do this move. So yeah, I mean, I got a lot, but yeah, of course now, unfortunately, I don't got a ring here in my apartment for make all this,
Right.
but
I was going to ask you, when do you feel like
Mhm.
is the next time you'll be in a ring? Like, have you heard anything, or are you just waiting and hoping that something happens soon?
Yeah, at the moment, I'm looking forward for be part in an Austrian promotion competition, kind of, which could move on in March, I guess, if
Oh,
all will
really?
go good. Yeah, this is really nice. I mean, it's like two coaches. It's like Chris Colan is one team, and
Hmm.
another team is Michael Kovac.
Okay.
Also two Austrian veterans, and yeah, it will be like a competition, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Is it
And
going
of
to be a
course,
tournament type style thing, or
yeah,
is
I
it
guess
just
so,
going to
because
be?
yeah, it's like based on the Ultimate Fighter competition, kind of.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of like that, and I feel me like really excited because it's the first season, and when this will be a success, I think they have in mind to make more seasons, and also for women, not only just men. And then therefore, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and I also hope that the shows can go on so soon.
yeah,
I
me
mean,
too, man. I wish
my
you nothing.
last,
Listen, I wish
yeah,
you nothing but the best. I
yeah,
hope
thanks. Me too for you.
I hope that you come over in the States and wrestle some of these guys and show them how it's done. And
Yeah,
and
yeah. I mean, my last.
well, because I bet you $1,000,000. I would love to see you and JT Funk. That'd be something.
Yeah, it would be great in a tag team, or I don't know how, of course, and I just looking forward to that too. I just want to tell you that my last show, yeah, was in October 24th.
October 24th was the last time you wrestled.
Yeah, in front
Really?
of people. Yeah, yeah, and after that, they came the lockdown and everything, and they closed everything. Yeah,
It's
I mean, it
rough.
was tough, but the match was really nice. I had the honor to become a tag team champion.
Okay.
So it was
Who's your
really
partner?
exciting.
Who's your partner?
My partner was like Kevin Caden is like EWS rookie because the promotion is called EWS, which means
Okay.
editing wrestling show. It's a German city next to Munich almost,
Near
and
Munich, sure.
they got good beer, I must say.
Let's
And the guys over
talk
there
about
too,
that. Let's talk about real German beer.
yeah, no, I mean there are super cool guys over there too, and yeah, looking forward to
My
it.
brother was in the U.S. Army, and he was stationed in Germany back in
Oh
the
wow!
yeah, back, what, 10, 15 years
Mhm.
ago. And all he
Yeah,
talked about was when they went on leave
yeah.
and they would go to these German bars and they would have these steins of beer about this big.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, really?
Yeah, really, it's like the biggest is like the biggest glass of beer you can have there is 1 liter.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, we call over in the States, we call that a 40 ounce over here. But
Ah, okay, okay.
but no, yeah. So yeah, good
Like,
German beer, always good food over there, I'm sure.
yeah, of course. No, and me too. I mean, speaking of military, me in Switzerland, you got unfortunately the obligation that you need to do military service.
No, you do.
Yeah, me, I was in 2017, and I was like an infantry drive with a driver function, and also with the function of constructing explosives. Yeah,
Wow, really
I mean
interesting.
it was really interesting to
Yeah,
get a driving school and more categories on your driver's license for drive a mini truck, and
right.
also up to 18 people with a caravan. And yeah, of course, I mean the explosive course too was really interesting. I mean, first week was a lot of theory, and then actually it's incredible like how much time you need for put something together, which only takes at the end 2 or 3 seconds, and that's it.
What do you,
Yeah.
you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a
Don't worry.
living? What do you do for a shoot job?
Me, I'm normally an air condition planner.
Okay.
And in Switzerland, the system isn't like in the US, like you go to college. It's really like you have the normal high school after the primary school. You go normally to a secondary school, and
Okay.
after you make an apprenticeship already, like you work 4 days in an office or wherever you will work, and one day you're in school. And also next to this, instead of primary school, next to the secondary school, you could go to the gymnasium already, which is for the smarter guys, I would say. And then after, you just go to university. Or it's also another system or possible way to go to university when you are in secondary school, and
Yeah.
then there you try to attempt for the short time gymnasium, it's called, for 4 years, and after you can go to university like my little brother did. Yeah. And me, exactly, I decided to do an apprenticeship as an air condition planner. It took me 4 years, and since I finished, I'm working on this job now. And next to that, of course, I mean, need to do the military service, which took me like 300 days. But
Uh-huh.
this is like every weekend I could go home, and also they gave us 2 weeks of holidays. Yes. For the military, you also got the option that you make it for 3 months, and then after every year till you're 30 years old, you go for 4 weeks a year. And then I was like, okay, maybe I will get 30. I don't want to let me command of an 18-year-old guy.
Yeah, I
That's why I
understand that.
decided. Yeah, that's why I decided to everything at once.
Do it
And
all
if
at once. Just get
yeah,
it done.
yeah, exactly. Because
So that, I
really,
mean, that you have a tremendous work ethic then, and I
yeah,
mean that's what a lot of these promotions are looking for.
yeah, I mean, I hope so, because I really do a lot for the wrestling, because it's really not only go to the wrestling school and that's it. No, you also need to keep in shape. And
Yeah,
I'm really a bit blessed of God. Not that I want to be like right now arrogant or something, but the thing is really like the size or the height of a body. This is given. This is never something what you can change. So for this,
yep,
I'm also happy, because really in Europe, a bit the problem is like there aren't a lot of tall guys over there,
right.
and then I
How tall are you,
try to
Ben?
give my best. I'm about 6 feet and 8 inches.
Six
Yeah,
foot eight. Six
yeah,
foot eight.
yeah. It's like 2 meters.
So you're bigger. There he goes with the meters again.
Yeah, always the meters.
Always the meters and the kilos. Uh,
Yeah, and you got
metric.
the pounds, the inches, the feet. Yeah, I mean, it's also nice, of course.
So how much
Yeah.
wrestling? So you work, you work, you work out, you stay in shape. How much wrestling can you get? Do you get in as far as watching it on TV? How do you get your wrestling fix over there?
Yeah, right now I'm just watching it, but normally a normal day of me is like, of course, I go from 8 till 5 to work, and I come back, and then I go to the wrestling training already. And after the wrestling training, most of the time when I'm finished at 9:30, I go to the gym till 11 o'clock with my girlfriend, and then the day
She
is
works
done.
out too. She works out too.
Yeah, she works out too. We do this together. It's so nice, because
That's
it's like,
great. That's awesome.
I mean, we warm up together, and then she goes left, I go right, and then we
Did
just
you
work
teach
out
her? Did you
together.
teach her some wrestling moves?
Yeah, I sometimes try to convince her to also start, because she also would look great on a poster with all the other WWE divas, for example,
Heck
because I mean,
yeah!
she also got this, but I don't want to obligate her to do this, of course. I mean, she needs to like it. I don't want to.
No, like I said, I saw on your Facebook page. She's a beautiful
Yeah,
girl,
sure.
so she could do it if she really wanted to. She could do it.
Yeah, thanks, of course. Yeah, because I guess she too got a lot of potential. But one time, really, she made with us here in Switzerland also a training, and she looked actually quite happy. Like, okay, what's next? What's next?
You got excited.
Yeah, she got excited, but I mean,
Nice.
it's up to her. I really don't want to obligate somebody. Yeah, and then it's like her.
Do you watch WWE right now? Do you watch Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or anything?
Yeah, of course. I mean, soon. Today I'm looking forward to also to watch the Royal Rumble, and most of
Yes.
the time I always love to watch SmackDown and Raw too when I got time. But yeah, I mean WWE have a great palette of TV programs and everything, and yeah, me for a week to spend like 15 hours or I don't know how much
It's
only
crazy.
for watch all this. It's
Yeah.
too much. It's too much.
The Royal
But I mean,
Rumble, Ben, is my favorite. I love it more than WrestleMania. I do.
Really? Okay.
I look forward to the Royal Rumble every year. It's because you just never know who you're going to see, and I
Yeah,
love
that's
the
true.
idea of that match. Was Pat Patterson came up with that about 30 years ago,
Yes,
or so.
exactly. I mean,
And it was an amazing idea.
great idea. Exactly. Just
I just love the concept of that match, and
yeah,
maybe someday down the future we're going to see Deadsaw in a Royal Rumble, huh?
yeah. I hope so. I know it will be great. I mean, of course, for me, always like you say. Of course, for you it's the Rumble. For me, it's Mania because also this season, the road to WrestleMania, I
Yes.
love a lot
Yep.
because I love how they put
It's the
them
most
there.
exciting time of the year for wrestling fans.
Exactly, absolutely. But what I could imagine, is like also like, okay, I mean, they are always on the road and doing shows. I mean, now not so much, but what they also could do is like a little break, like for example in NHL or the football, like, okay,
They have it right.
now the season has a little break and it starts again. But in the wrestling, it's really, I wouldn't say terrible. It's really impressive because I mean most of the people think like, okay, I switch now the TV off, no, and the wrestler is going to the locker room, putting the
They don't
stuff
have an off.
together and hit the road.
Ben, they don't have an off season.
Yeah, it's
There,
always
it's year round. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You talked about. We're almost done with the interview, but you did mention other sports. Do you follow other pro sports like hockey or anything?
Not really. I mean, here in Switzerland, really in common to watch ice hockey and soccer. In Hungary, where my mom is coming from, the water polo is also like a national sport, and a really hard one, I must say. But
yeah, you play it, right? You play water polo.
I played really 9 years of water polo, but after, meanwhile, I was like, okay, a team sport and always losing wasn't that funny, so I try to go back to the individual sport, which is for me absolutely wrestling, and I just love to do it. And of course, on my Instagram profile or Facebook, I always post where I will go or what just happened.
And at the bottom of your screen, folks, you can see if you want to follow Deadsaw on Facebook, it's Benedict Schenker or Schenker.
Don't worry.
On Instagram, it's Deadsaw_wrestler.
Yeah, of course. And also you can find me under Benedict Schenker. There is like I always switch it kind of for characters and everything. And so, yeah, I'm easy to find. And when you guys just have a question, just text me or comment in somewhere and I try to answer it to you. And I'm thanking for you guys for having me over there and watching us the interview. And I guess to hope you see maybe one day at the wrestling show over there and then talk to you in person. That would be great.
Ben, you just keep doing what you do because I can tell with your work ethic, your personality, your passion and love for the business, you have everything it takes to do it. And just stay with it and follow Alex Wright, listen to him.
Yeah, definitely.
And hopefully he can help you open up a door. And I hope we see you down the line. And I hope your dreams come true with this, because I can tell just from talking to you for an hour that you love this business.
Yeah, that's totally true, because first I just watch it as a hobby. And then meanwhile, of course, for me too, it's a business, and that's what we do. I mean, you just drive and nobody get you paid because you're a nobody. And then, okay, minimum I got my character, my little cards I try to sell, and like this I got something, and the rest will come with the time, you know.
Absolutely, man. Listen, we're gonna get out of here, and I wish you nothing but the best, my friend. Do not go anywhere when we go off the air. I like to say goodbye to you. If anybody watching here, real quick, I have one quick a couple announcements to make before me and Ben get off the air here, and that is, I have a sponsor, and that is momandpopcbdshop.com for all your CBD needs. Dr. Brown uses the latest scientific knowledge and experienced professionals to create top-of-the-line CD products at affordable prices. Go to www.momandpopcbdshop.com for all your CBD needs. Mention this ad right here, and you'll get 15% off. Or just go to one of the locations in Easton, Wind Gap, Hackettstown, Washington, or Bechtelsville, and mention the Big Albowski, and they will hook you up. The bills are paid. He was Deadsaw Ben Schenker. I am yes, I am the Big Albowski. This was Around the Turnbuckle, and we'll see you all next time, which is tomorrow night. Actually, I have a special Monday night episode of Around the Turnbuckle, Monday night at 6 o'clock, with the one and only Chico Adams, who recently wrestled in AEW against Jake Hager. So I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to Chico. That is tomorrow at 6 o'clock. He has been Deadsaw, and we'll see you.
Thank you, guys. Miguel, it was a pleasure to meet you, and I hope we see you soon. And please tune in for tomorrow. It sounds really interesting with the interview of Chico.
Yes, man, Chico, and man, don't go away. All right.
No, don't worry.
We'll see you guys all next time on Around the Turnbuckle.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you gonna do, brother? Oh yeah! Woo! What? If you smell what the rock.
You got the wrong